I asked for a separation, got blindsided with divorce papers. I just wanted a break, not a divorce. Hi, true story. My name's Maddie, and honestly, I'm not even sure where to start because I still can't wrap my head around how fast my life spun out of control in the last few months. I've been watching your channel for about a year now, and I always thought, man, some of these people's stories are wild. But I also thought, that'll never be me. Well, here I am, one of those people. I guess I should start at the beginning, because if I don't, it's not going to make sense why I'm so frustrated, angry, sad, and, let's be real, a little bitter. I was married for 7 years. 7 years of my life, and to be honest, marriage wasn't awful, but it wasn't great either. I know people say marriage is work. Fine. But I don't think it's supposed to be me doing 95% of the work while my husband sits around acting like he's the hero of the story. When I met my ex-husband, I'll admit he seemed like a catch. He was charming, funny, and good at saying all the right things. He promised me a lot, like he'd always provide, always have my back, and that we'd be partners in everything. And for the first few months, it really felt like that could be true. We'd go out to eat, talk about our future, dream about vacations we'd take. He'd say things like, "I'll always make sure you're taken care of, Maddie." And I believed him. I was young, in love, and maybe a little naive. Fast forward to the first year of marriage. He lost his job. I wasn't mad at first. People lose jobs. It happens. But he didn't exactly try to bounce back quickly. I picked up extra hours at my job, thinking it would be temporary. I told myself, we're a team. This is just a rough patch. But guess what? That rough patch turned into a lifestyle. The man lost his job twice in 7 years. Twice. And both times, I was the one keeping the bills paid, the fridge stocked, the lights on. I never stopped working. Not once. And I'm not some high-powered lawyer or doctor. I work in retail management. It's not glamorous, but I've always been dependable. I get up, I go to work, I do what I have to do. Meanwhile, he was perfectly fine letting me carry the load while he figured things out. Figuring things out for him meant sitting on the couch half the day and scrolling his phone. And don't even get me started on the way he acted like he was always right. That was one of the most exhausting parts of the marriage. I'd literally have proof that he was wrong about something, like directions, prices, how to cook a certain meal, and he'd still argue with me. I got so tired of pretending he was right just to avoid the fight. I felt like I was babysitting a grown man's ego. After 7 years of this, I hit a wall. I didn't want a divorce, but I needed a break. I needed to breathe without feeling like I was suffocating under his laziness, his attitude, and the constant weight of responsibility. So one night, I sat him down and told him I wanted a separation. I was very clear. I wasn't ending the marriage. I just needed space. He did not take it well. At first, he thought I was joking. Then he accused me of giving up on him. I told him I wasn't giving up. I was trying to save myself before I started hating him. And maybe, just maybe, if we had some time apart, we could actually miss each other and figure out what we wanted. But nope, he went straight into detective mode. The next day, he started making comments about my phone. He'd never been the type to ask for passwords before, but suddenly, he was acting like I had a burner phone hidden somewhere. I told him flat out, "I'm not cheating on you. I just need a mental break." He didn't believe me. One night, while I was sleeping, he went through my phone. I woke up the next morning to him standing in the doorway, holding my phone like it was Exhibit A in a trial. He said he found everything he needed to know. My heart dropped, not because I was guilty, but because I knew this was about to turn into a nightmare. He claimed I'd been cheating with some guy from Maine. Now here's the thing. I did have a friend in Maine. We met in an online photography group a couple years ago. We'd talk sometimes about work, hobbies, and life. It was never romantic, never sexual. We literally bonded over pictures of nature and dumb memes about coffee. But because my husband saw a couple of good morning texts, suddenly I'm having a full-blown affair? Please. I told him he was being ridiculous. He said I was lying, and that was it. He shut down completely. For the next 3 weeks, we barely spoke. I thought maybe he was just processing things and we'd talk it out eventually. Instead, I got served with divorce papers. Getting served was like getting punched in the chest. I stood there in my kitchen, holding those papers, thinking, what the hell just happened? I went from wanting a short break to being on my way to becoming single. And that's when it hit me. How much I actually loved him. It's messed up, I know. I spent years frustrated with him, but the second he was gone, I realized I didn't actually want him gone. I just wanted him to step up. I wanted him to show me that he cared enough to try. But being honest about my feelings, that apparently was the nail in the coffin. I know some people will read this and think, Maddie, you dodged a bullet. And maybe they're right. But the truth is, I didn't want to dodge it. I wanted to fix it. I wanted to believe that the man I married could be the man he promised to be. Now I'm sitting here in this little apartment I had to scramble to find after he kicked me out, wondering how the hell my life ended up like this. I'm not over him, but I also can't respect the way he handled this. I feel like being honest about needing space ruined my life. If I had just kept pretending everything was fine, we'd probably still be together. Miserable, sure, but together. Anyway, I know this is long, but I had to get it off my chest. Thanks for letting me rant. Maddie, hi, true story. It's me again, Maddie. Remember me? The woman who asked for a separation, got blindsided with divorce papers, and is now living in a one-bedroom apartment with mismatched furniture and an overly judgmental dog. Well, here's the update. I've decided I want my husband back. No, scratch that. I need my husband back. I know. Everyone and their grandma told me after the divorce, you're better off, Maddie. This is your fresh start. Time to live your life. And for a minute there, I believed them. I thought being single was going to be this empowering, eat, pray, love kind of journey where I'd discover new hobbies, travel, and maybe even learn Italian or something. Instead, it's been awful. I hate living alone. I hate cooking for one. I hate that there's no one here to laugh with me when I spill coffee all over myself or to hold my feet under the blanket when my toes get cold. Even the quiet, which I thought I'd love, is suffocating sometimes. And before anyone jumps in with, you just missed the idea of being married, no. I miss him. Not the arguments, not the frustration, but the way he'd hand me my coffee in the morning before I even asked. The way he'd pretend to hate my reality TV shows, but still watch them with me. The way he'd yell at the TV during football games like the quarterback could actually hear him. I miss all of it, even the burnt pancakes. So, here's the thing. I've been thinking about this a lot, like lying awake at 2 a.m. kind of thinking. And I've decided I'm not just going to sit here and hope he magically shows up at my door. I'm going to get him back. Yes, I have a plan. And yes, it might sound a little crazy, but desperate times, desperate measures, right?